Hi, I'm Andrew Dunn. I'm a film video major here at Fitchburg State University. For my communications law and ethics class, we had to read an article about fair use and how it affects the filmmaking industry. From Suffolk University, the library guide, Sonia Didrikson, helps explain fair use. Fair use is a law that is used in documentary filmmaking that gives filmmakers protection from copyright laws. Within fair use, it is stated that the film is not using whatever copyright protected material, it is not being profited by the creator of the film. An example of fair use would be while filming the subject doing whatever is interesting or the reason why you've selected the person for your film, and while they're doing the act or task they have been given, and then there happens to be a Coke can in the scene. You can shoot the Coke can because you're not profiting or promoting Coca-Cola. With the Coke can in the scene, and since you have priorly stated that the movie is not about Coca-Cola or any type of soda, it's just about what your subject does. The fact that the Coke can is there does not affect the film at all in any way, because your film is about your subject doing whatever they are doing, or about their life, or whatever your documentary is stating. From another article I got, it was from Wanda Bershin. The article is A Question of Ethics, the Relationship Between Filmmaker and Subject, which I found on documentary.org. She speaks about how there are many ethical issues still brought up with fair use. The example she uses is about a documentary about the American Army by Sebastian Junger and Tim Hetherington. When the two were creating the documentary, the only restriction they were given was to not film any wounded soldiers. The two claimed their work to be journalistic. Their primary concern was to counter many representations of war on film that are, quote, limited and can't quite reveal the humor, boredom, and confusion inherent in combat. The problem that they ended up facing was how could they display every aspect of war without being able to display the most important and well-known aspect of war. So this was talking about the ethics of filmmaking in here. Without fair use, even if they were given the right, they could still have been given the right to do that, but they didn't do it because they did not have permission. Since the two still had to find a way to display wounded soldiers without being able to show the physical soldier wounded or being hurt, they had to figure out another way to do it because they were not allowed to do it with permission. This shows the ethics of fair use because they stuck behind what they did. They weren't promoting the army, they were just promoting the social aspect of it, and they still followed the rules that they were given. From the assigned reading that we were given, documentary filmmaker, Pioneering Best Practices by Katie Chevgeny, she got some words from filmmakers talking about fair use. The filmmakers quote, "I need to use fair use to be able to make work with integrity, and therefore I also need to acknowledge others' right to use it." From this quote, it tells me that there had been a lot that had there been no fair use, filmmakers would not feel as if they were making films that were their best because they could not use certain things because they didn't have permission from the owner of the brand to use it. And in my opinion, this is where fair use is good because it allows filmmakers to still make their own movie and still capture what they need to capture without worrying about breaking copyright laws or anything like that. With fair use, it eliminates ethical issues because you now have the right to film anything you want or anything you need without having to worry about having a certain brand in the background, like a Nike symbol, Adidas symbol, or like a sports logo. Because if your film isn't about that, why should you have to rearrange an entire scene just to make sure that you don't have anything going on or make it look like you're promoting something else? So it eliminates the ethical issue of having to rearrange your entire scene or just make your project completely fake because you're not trying to break any rules or any brands or being worried about getting sued over something small like a Nike symbol. So with fair use, it helps filmmakers more than it hurts them.